When you wake up in the morning, you have two choices. You can look out the window and see what everyone else is doing, or you can look in the mirror and face yourself. Most people spend their lives staring out the window, watching neighbors, scrolling social media, measuring themselves against others. But the mirror tells the real story. It shows you the one person you can change, the one person who controls your future. Imagine this: two friends start the same job. One keeps worrying about who's getting promoted, who's making more money, who's praised more. The other spends that time building skills, reading, and learning. 10 years later, who do you think is ahead? That's the power of the mirror. Success doesn't come from chasing what others are doing, it comes from focusing on your own reflection. It's easy to fall into the trap of watching other people. You open your phone and see someone on a holiday, someone buying a new car, someone smiling in pictures with friends. It looks like they have it all, and before you know it, you start feeling behind. The same thing happens at work or school. You notice who gets more praise, who scores higher, who gets noticed first. Even at home, people compare themselves with cousins, brothers, or neighbors. This habit slowly eats away your time and energy. Instead of building your own life, you waste hours thinking about theirs. Comparison makes you feel smaller, weaker, and less in control. It steals your focus, and the truth is, it never ends, because there will always be someone with more money, more beauty, or more success. The more you stare out that window, the less you notice the power you already hold in your own hands. Napoleon Hill always said that success starts inside a person before it shows outside. The mirror is the symbol of that truth. When you look in the mirror, you see the only person who can shape your future you. The window, on the other hand, pulls you away. It makes you think about what others are doing and distracts you from your own path. Hill believed that every great achievement begins with self-control, clear purpose, and steady effort. If you don't master yourself, it doesn't matter what the world is doing, you'll never build lasting success. Looking in the mirror means asking hard questions. Am I focused? Am I improving? Am I honest with myself? Looking out the window is easy, but it changes nothing. Looking in the mirror is harder, but it's the only way forward. Think about two people who start from the same place. One spends most of his time watching others, copying what they do, and worrying about their progress. The other keeps his head down, learns quietly, and builds step by step. Years later, the difference is huge. The one who stayed focused on himself has grown far ahead, while the other is still stuck comparing. History is full of the same lesson. Thomas Edison wasn't checking what other inventors were doing every day. He was in his lab, testing one idea after another until the light bulb worked. Oprah didn't waste energy on critics. She poured herself into her craft and created her own lane. Even in daily life, you can see it. A student who studies without worrying about others improves faster than the one who scrolls on a phone, jealous of classmates. These stories remind us that the mirror builds progress, while the window only wastes time. The mirror has a power that most people ignore. When you look at it, it doesn't lie. It shows the truth, your habits, your effort, and your choices. If you stayed up all night wasting time, the mirror shows it in your tired eyes. If you've been taking care of yourself and putting in the work, the mirror shows that too. This is why self-reflection is so important. You can't improve what you refuse to face. Small daily checks in the mirror, asking yourself, did I do better today than yesterday? Slowly build discipline. Just like fixing your shirt before leaving home, you can fix your attitude, your routine, and your mindset. A window can only show you the weather outside, but a mirror tells you what needs to change inside. And when you change inside, your whole life outside begins to shift. If you really want to practice looking in the mirror instead of out the window, start with small steps. Each morning, take 1 minute in front of the mirror and ask yourself one simple question. What is one thing I can do today to get better? Write it down and make sure you do it. Another step is to limit how much time you spend watching others. Set a timer for how long you use social media, and when it ends, put the phone away and return to your own goals. Keep a small notebook, and at the end of each day, write 3 things you worked on for yourself. This keeps your focus on your progress, not theirs. And most importantly, learn to celebrate small wins. Maybe you read 10 pages, saved some money, or kept a promise to yourself. These may look small, but over time, they build a life that's strong and steady. Changing your mindset is the real key to breaking free from comparison. When you see someone doing better, the first reaction is often jealousy. But you can train yourself to shift that feeling into something useful. Instead of asking, why them? Ask, what can I learn from this? When you notice someone's success, don't let it make you feel smaller. Let it remind you that growth is possible, even for you. Another shift is to stop keeping score of other people's wins and start keeping score of your own. Track your habits, your progress, and your small improvements. The more you focus on your own lane, the less you care about theirs. And remember this simple truth: other people's lives are not a map for yours. You have your own race to run, and the only person you should try to beat is the person you were yesterday. Everyone has their own lane in life, but many people forget this truth. They look left and right, trying to match the speed of others, and end up stumbling. The smartest thing you can do is stay focused on your own path. Think of a runner on a track. If he keeps looking at the person beside him, he slows down, loses balance, and may even fall. But if he keeps his eyes forward, he runs smoother and faster. Life works the same way. Your goals, your timing, and your progress are different from anyone else's. A tree doesn't compete with a flower, and a river doesn't compete with the sea. Each grows in its own way. The moment you stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler, you find peace, and your progress feels lighter. Build your own lane, walk it daily, and you'll see results that belong only to you. Life becomes lighter when you stop chasing other people's shadows and start working on your own light. Napoleon Hill's lesson is clear. The real victory is not over others, but over yourself. Every day you face a choice: waste energy looking outside or use that energy to build inside. The mirror may not always show what you want to see, but it always shows the truth. And truth is the first step to change. Remember, the person you see in the mirror is both your biggest obstacle and your greatest chance. Don't run from that reflection. Learn from it, grow with it, and when you improve yourself day by day, the outside world slowly begins to change too. Success is not out there waiting for you, it's already inside, waiting for you to bring it to life. Tomorrow morning, stand in front of your mirror and look straight into your own eyes. Ask yourself honestly, am I living my life through the window, always watching what others do? Or am I ready to face my reflection and take control? The mirror will not lie to you, it will show you exactly where you are and remind you of where you want to go. The challenge is simple but powerful. Stop wasting your days chasing someone else's story. Start building your own. One small step, one honest effort, one promise kept to yourself each day is all it takes. The window will always be there, filled with noise and distraction, but the mirror is waiting for you to act. Choose the mirror, and you choose growth. Choose the mirror, and you choose your future.